When you think of magnesium supplements, you probably think of better sleep. But did you know magnesium plays a role in exercise performance and recovery? Welcome to Research Reflections, where I break down health and science studies so you can understand the evidence without getting lost in the details. Today, we're looking at a systematic review that digs into whether magnesium can help reduce soreness and support athletic performance. This 2024 study is titled Effects of Magnesium Supplementation on Muscle Soreness in Different Type of Physical Activities, a Systematic Review. Magnesium is an essential mineral involved in more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including energy production, protein synthesis, and muscle and nerve function. It's well known for supporting sleep and relaxation, but it also plays an important role in physical performance. Athletes lose magnesium during exercise, especially through sweat and urine. This reduction can lower overall magnesium concentration in the body, which in turn may affect muscle recovery, increase soreness, and even impact performance. Magnesium also delays the buildup of lactate, a compound that contributes to muscle fatigue, helping muscles work more efficiently during activity. Previous research has looked at magnesium's impact on various health issues and exercise performance, but very little has focused on its role in reducing muscle soreness. That's exactly what this systematic review set out to explore. The paper also highlights an important connection between magnesium and vitamin D. Because magnesium is necessary to activate vitamin D, supplementing with one may increase your need for the other. This is important for anyone considering magnesium supplementation. Beyond that, magnesium has fundamental roles in stabilizing ATP, the body's main energy currency, and in supporting enzyme activity during physical activity. High-intensity exercise depletes magnesium stores, which can worsen fatigue and muscle function. That's why supplementation may be especially relevant for athletes or active individuals. To be included, studies had to investigate magnesium supplementation alone, without other supplements, on exercise-induced muscle soreness in healthy, physically active populations. They excluded studies that combined magnesium with other nutrients or were based on non-humans. After screening, only 4 studies met the criteria for inclusion. Together, these studies included 73 participants. About 80% of them were men, and the age range spanned from 19 to 27 years old. Each study focused on a different type of exercise and form of magnesium supplementation, which makes direct comparisons challenging. The individual studies offered unique perspectives on how magnesium might influence muscle soreness. One trial tested 350 milligrams of magnesium glycinate in a group of 22 participants consisting of men and women who performed eccentric bench press workouts, a type of training that's notorious for causing soreness. Those who supplemented reported significantly less soreness at 24, 36, and 48 hours, and they also felt better recovery overall, even though actual performance didn't change much. Another study looked at 9 recreational male runners who typically ate a low magnesium diet. After taking 500 milligrams of magnesium oxide and stearate daily for a week, they tackled a 10-kilometer downhill treadmill run and a time trial. Supplementation seemed to ease post-exercise soreness and help regulate blood glucose, though researchers didn't clearly report when these improvements occurred. Magnesium also showed potential benefits in elite athletes. A study of 12 elite basketball players who were putting in grueling training sessions, 2 hours in the gym each morning, followed by 3 hours practice in the afternoon, found that supplementing with 400 milligrams of magnesium throughout their season helped stabilize markers of muscle damage. The details on timing were not well reported, but the results suggest a protective effect. Finally, in a 21-day professional cycling race, 18 athletes supplemented with magnesium while competing in long aerobic stages mixed with bursts of sprinting and climbing. Here, supplementation supported muscle recovery and reduced damage markers compared to a control group. Interestingly, meeting the recommended daily allowance for magnesium seemed to be enough to maintain recovery, while taking more than that only offered modest extra benefits. Taken together, these studies suggest that while magnesium may not dramatically boost performance, it does appear to play a protective role in recovery and soreness. And that sets the stage for the discussion section of the paper, where the authors dig deeper into what these findings mean for athletes, how magnesium works in the body, and where future research needs to go. This review was designed to isolate magnesium supplementation without combining it with other vitamins or minerals, so they could determine its independent effect. The evidence suggests magnesium plays a fundamental role in muscle function and recovery. Although magnesium deficiency is rare in the general population, it can occur in people with health conditions like gastrointestinal disorders, diabetes, or alcoholism, to name a few. During high-intensity exercise, magnesium levels naturally drop, which can increase fatigue and impair recovery. One concern is that many athletes overlook mineral intake altogether, focusing more on protein and carbs, while ignoring nutrients like magnesium. This can limit both training quality and performance. The review also notes the impact of sex hormones. Magnesium levels can fluctuate across the menstrual cycle. They are particularly low during the follicular phase, which may affect supplementation needs for women. Unfortunately, due to the relatively small number of participants, and with 80% of the participants in these studies being men, this review could not analyze gender differences. There were also limitations in how supplementation was reported. The type, timing, and dosage of magnesium intake varied wildly, making it hard to draw consistent conclusions. Some studies may not have shown effects simply because the doses were too low, the supplement type had poor bioavailability, or because researchers didn't track dietary magnesium intake alongside supplementation. Absorption of magnesium is also tricky. When taken orally, it commonly takes 1 hour to start absorbing and plateaus after 2 to 5 hours, but this can change depending on diet, gut health, and the form of magnesium used. Another gap is that studies didn't report meal timing in relation to magnesium supplementation or exercise, which could also affect results. Despite these challenges, the authors stress the importance of magnesium for athletes and recommend paying close attention to intake, especially during training or competition seasons, suggesting a 10 to 20% increase over the standard magnesium guidelines of 320 to 420 milligrams for the average adult. Supplementation could also be useful during the off-season to maintain adequate levels if the diet is lacking. So what does all this mean? This systematic review highlights magnesium's importance not only for health, but also for exercise recovery. Supplementation may help reduce muscle soreness in certain contexts, but more research is needed to confirm the best dose, timing, and type of magnesium. The authors recommend athletes ensure they're meeting daily magnesium needs and that future studies explore gender differences, long-term supplementation, standardized dosing, and muscular diseases. And here's my personal take. For active individuals, the benefits of magnesium seem clear, especially for reducing soreness and supporting recovery. But I don't think that the timing of supplementation matters much for most people. It only really becomes a key factor for elite athletes training at the highest level. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Research Reflections. Magnesium might not just be for sleep, it could also play a role in how your body recovers from exercise. What do you think? Would you try magnesium to reduce post-workout soreness? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more evidence-based breakdowns, don't forget to subscribe and take care.